Footy Blues!
Everything football.
Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Sasha.
Hey, and this is Romain. Welcome back to another episode of the Footy Brews. Today we're rounding up all the leagues. The top 5 leagues all had their last game this weekend, and some pretty dramatic scenes happened. So we want to bring you all the latest, kicking it right off with La Liga. La Liga final title race between Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. Both win their games respectively, 2-1 each. SUAREZ with the not last minute, but end of second half winner. Yeah, Barca sold him, they didn't value him, and look what he's doing now. He's titles for Atletico Madrid. I'm sure Barcelona is super happy about that transfer. But so that's kind of the story of La Liga. Griezmann scored a nice scissors kick. If you haven't seen that, I recommend seeing that. At least there's a little goal to cheer you up, but if you're a Barca fan. But overall, sad days. But kudos to Atletico. They played well for most of the season. They earned this victory and this trophy. This was the second trophy in, I believe, 10 years. Before that, they were, Atletico Madrid was hitting 9th, 10th in the table. And ever since he's joined that club, the lowest they've been is 3rd place with 2 titles. So that's huge. So kudos to him. He really earned it.
For sure. Diego Simeone is Atletico Madrid now in everybody's eyes. So to wrap it up for La Liga, the final recap for La Liga, we have Atletico Madrid champions, 86 points. Real Madrid, 84 points. Barcelona, 79 points. Sevilla getting the last spot for 4th place for Champions League with 77. So that wraps up our La Liga. Incredible race till the very last game. So it was very, very interesting. So now we got the Serie A. So Serie A was, like we said in our last video, was going to come to the very last game for top 4 positions. And that was 3 teams battling for top 4 spots. So a lot of scared moments for me as a Juve fan. So we needed, as a Juve fan, we needed Ella Verona to tie or lose Napoli, or we needed AC Milan to lose to Atlanta. So final scores, Juve winning 4-1 the job. AC Milan beating Atlanta 2-0 with 2 Kessie penalties, which one I was hoping for would lose, so we'd go for, but it ended up being Napoli versus Verona 1-1. They were our saving grace, so they got knocked out at the top 4. What do you think about that, Ro?
Oh my God, Ronaldo's lucky to make Champions League. He didn't even start that game. He didn't even play that game. I think his team carried him to top 4 if you really think about it.
Okay. 29 goals, bro. 29 goals.
Maybe one of the last Champions League for the both of them. It would be definitely very sad if one of them didn't make it. So at least we have that looking for us for next year.
So the tables ended off for Inter Milan being champions. So Inter Milan being champions with 91 points. AC Milan 79 points. Atlanta 78 points. Juve 78 points. Napoli 77 points. So you guys can see how close that last game was.
But let's move on to another exciting finale. Liga now. Liga came down to the wire between Lille and PSG. 1 point away from each other. And if Lille did their job, they took the crown. Otherwise, PSG did their job beating Brest. But Lille were too strong. 2 big goals, one by the Canadian, Jonathan David, and the other by the Turkish international. He's getting very famous now. Anyways, Yilmaz, he's making all the news over there in Turkey. I wouldn't be surprised if he made their national team at this point. He's probably their legend. So good for them. Finally, we have a new winner in Ligue 1, and PSG bottled it. To be honest, they put all their eggs in the Champions League, and they had a good run, but ended prematurely, and they barely have 1 trophy this season. So still, not winning Ligue 1 is a huge blow for them. So sucks to suck.
And like you said, it was very nice to see, and we were, both of us, I know for me maybe more on the Paris Saint-Germain side, we wanted a new champion, and Lille deserved it. They actually, was funny to see, they sold Victor Osimhen to Napoli for 70 million, and then they bought Barak on a free transfer for his replacement. So kind of cool to see how a free transfer versus making 7 mil end up bringing them the title. So it was wonderful to see. So final table for the champions, Lille with 83 points, PSG with 82 points, Monaco gaining that third spot for Champions League qualification, 78 points, Lyon 76 points. And those are our top four for that league. And it was very interesting to go also to the final day. So it was very kept us on our toes to the very last minute.
That's right. All these leagues going to the final day, keeping us on our toes. Now moving on to the Bundesliga. Very boring games. But for real, we had to mention it. Lewandowski breaking a 40-plus-year-old record, beating the 40 goals by Gerd Müller, I think almost 50 years ago now, and scoring 41 goals in the very last minute at the last game of the season. It wasn't a pretty goal, but it broke the record, and it was definitely noteworthy. And Lewandowski maybe getting the Ballon d'Or thanks to this, big achievement.
So the league table for Bayern winning the champions, 78 points, Leipzig 65. Second place, Dortmund came third with 64 points. Wolfsburg came with 61 points, and Frankfurt 60, so close for that Champions League spot, but dropped points throughout the last 2 or 3 weeks. So that is the top four.
Moving on to the last league, who are we talking about now, Sash?
Just the Prem. The Prem, which is going to be the Prem.
That's right, the big one. And I know this one was exciting because Liverpool were fighting, Spurs were fighting, Chelsea were fighting, Leicester were fighting, and all these teams were fighting for European spots, right? Let me tell you, the table switched so many times, like I was getting a headache. Everyone was scoring goals, conceding goals, there was drama. Tell us about it, Sash.
So definitely going into it, the table was that Leicester was already through, Chelsea was already through, and both of those just had to win to keep out Liverpool of that top four spot. So it was very interesting because I wanted Leicester just because that Cinderella story to get them that Champions League spot, man. But so they needed to win. They were winning 2-1 against Spurs, but bottled it at the very last 20 or 30 minutes. Bale as a superhero and Kasper Schmeichel with a blunder to cause them the 2-2 and gave them that momentum to kind of beat them 4-2 with Bale scoring 2. So what it ended off is that Leicester got knocked out all the way down to 5th. Chelsea losing to Aston Villa, which is such a sad thing to hear because if Leicester just tied, they would have stayed. So Aston Villa did their job to kind of keep Chelsea out, but luckily for Chelsea, Leicester end up losing. And Liverpool, the comeback Cinderella story in the sense that no one thought they were going to come back top four spot, and they clutched the very last game to come in third place with 69 points. So kudos to Liverpool for fighting to the end.
That's right. And, it was looking desperate there halfway through the season, losing like 5 or 6 defenders, going to like their B team, their C team. They're like calling up the janitors. We need players. Come play. It's crazy that they managed to pull a squad together, get a run of games going, and finally clinch this Champions League spot because they were the defending champs of the Champions League and they almost didn't even qualify this year. So crazy how fast things can change. But happy to see them at least eligible for next season. Hopefully Van Dijk will be back in form, and who knows, maybe they'll be the champions again. We can dream.
We can dream. As a Liverpool fan, if you're Liverpool, you're dreaming for sure.
That's great. So yeah, running off with the end of the table. I know Sasha loves reading these numbers out, so
let's hear it for the final league table. I ended off with Man City, of course, as the champions with 86 points. Man U 74 points in second place. Third place, Liverpool with 69 points. Chelsea with 67 points. Leicester City with 66 points. West Ham 65, and Spurs 62. So you guys can see the battle of that top four was very close, and Spurs getting lucky, clinching right above Arsenal for that extra maybe potential Europa spot. Yeah. And if you guys liked our content, you guys liked today's episode, please check out our channel. We have more to come, and we're gonna be speaking a lot about different types of soccer. So if you guys please like and subscribe.
Right. And just because the season's over doesn't mean footy's over. We have the Euros coming up, so catch our Euro videos. We're hyping up all these big teams. I'm French, I'm voting for France. Mr. Over guy here is voting for Portugal, maybe potentially. And no, we have some big teams. You know, Germany is gonna be huge. England has the best squad they've had for a long time. So you know what? Just watch our other videos about the Euros. You'll get hyped up as much as we are. It's coming up less than 2 weeks. See you soon. Footy Bros out. Bye.